So today's experiment will take place in a TLC developing chamber, which is composed of a beaker, a watch glass, and some cut filter paper, which will fit in nicely into the developing chamber. The next component is the mobile phase, which will be a solvent. In this case, 6:1 hexanes and ethyl acetate. You don't need to fill up the chamber too much, just a small layer at the bottom. Perfect. Okay. So everyone will be given TLC plates, much like this. The first thing you want to do is, in pencil, spot an area near the base, maybe 1/8 of the way up the TLC plate, where you want to spot your sample. In the vial here, the slightly cloudy vial, we have our sample, and we are going to make a small spot on the TLC plate using our capillary. It's important not to make this spot too large, so it's better to spot over repeatedly on the same place rather than just draining the whole thing on it at once. Perfect. Now we can check our TLC under UV light before we put it in the developing chamber, just to see what the spots look like before they've been separated. As you can see, it's UV active. Perfect. The last step is placing the TLC in the developing chamber. Make sure that the spot on your TLC is above where the mobile phase is. There we go. And then the entire time we run TLCs, we always want the lid to be on the developing chamber. So what we will do is we will wait for the mobile phase to reach near the top of the TLC, and then we will take it out. Okay, the TLC is essentially finished, so what we will do next is we will remove it from the developing chamber and mark where the solvent front reached. We will then let it air dry for a few moments. Once our TLC plate is dry, what we will do next is we will look under UV light and circle any UV active spots with a pencil. In this case, it looks like we have 2. Other spots, other compounds in your mixture might not be UV active, so to test this, what we can do is use some revealing stains that will react with the functional groups in the molecule. In this case, the stain we are going to use is right. To do this, we dip the TLC plate in the stain. And let it dry. Most stains require heat to activate them. So one thing to always keep in mind is that if you are doing this, to make sure to wipe the opposite side of the TLC plate. Most stains have got acids or caustic materials in them, so you don't want to get this necessarily on your person. Okay, there we go. And next step is a heat gun. And we gently dry the TLC plate under heat, and hopefully we will see more spots, or the spots we do have on the TLC, we can identify them based upon the reaction of that specific stain. In this case, the stain stains yellow for functional groups that are nucleophilic. So as you can see, the top spot has no color associated with it, the bottom spot is bright yellow, so we can make a general observation that that compound at the bottom has got some nucleophilic functional groups.